Sorry, guys. I have to grab my mouse for my laptop because sometimes I cannot get the scroll bar to pop up on the side of the page, and I have to actually scroll downwards so I can see. Let's see, I'm going to move my camera just a little bit more. That's pretty close to where I need it to be. Yeah, about like that, I think. All right, now we can zoom in some. Let's see, I'm going to zoom back out just a touch because I want to be able to get. Good morning. Let's see, I need to move this back up some. It's a little bit too low. Something about like that, I think. It always kind of takes me a minute to get going here. I got to get used to the feel of this brace on my arm and everything. So it takes me a minute. Everything always feels a little bit awkward to first start out. Now, I'm not real sure how I'm going to do this inner background yet, but I want to bring the blue inside just so we maintain that darkness a little bit, I think. Always kind of takes me a minute to get started. I have to get used to how things feel in my hand. And now my pencil's getting short enough, as you can see. I may have to put pencil extension on here, guys. I can actually, I can reach the pencil, but it is a little bit short. This will be better. Whoops. There's something I forgot. There, I forgot that part. Alexa, turn the heat off. Now I'm just wanting the blue from the background, just to barely show through here. I'm not going to make it come past these trees very far, just a little bit. Oh, here's one thing I forgot to do. And this just, I don't understand YouTube when they come to doing this. They only want you to be able to see part of the chat, not all of it, which is, to me, is just dumb. Okay. Yeah, I need to count my lag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, that's pretty normal. Now, it looks like I will have to turn my book a little bit. Now, I think I'm just going to bring that in like that. Just the indication of some color, of that background color carrying over behind the tree. I think I'm just going to lightly just pull some of this color towards the center a little bit. I want this edge to look a little bit like blurry. So I'm just trying to very lightly pull some of that color forward or towards the center just a little bit. I don't want it to be too heavy. Like I said, I just want it to look a little bit blurry. I don't know if it will or not. We'll see. I've not done this before. Boy, I had to fight a sneeze right there. Whew. I think it was a tie. Like I said, I'm just pulling some of this color towards the center of the page, not real far towards the center. Just pull some towards the center of the page. Very lightly. It's very hard to do. But maybe we'll kind of get the look we're wanting. Now, I want to do a different type of background. So I need a pale yellow. Probably this yellow right here. Yeah, pale yellow. And I want to put just a suggestion of some sunlight over in this area. Doesn't have to be a lot. We just want to know that there's a little bit of sunshine back this way. Entirely different background. Okay, I think that'll be okay. Now let's look at blue. I need a real pale blue. Here we go. And this is Bondi Blue. That's a nice pale blue. Now we're just going to come in here. I always just kind of go over the same area until I get a little suggestion. And I am, oh my gosh, YouTube's acting all crazy. Now I got to try to figure out how far behind am I. Let me count my lag again, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. My lag has almost doubled since I started a couple of minutes ago. Now we may need to come around the edge again with the darker blue. We'll see, and blend it just a little bit. I'm kind of going to take my time. not going to really know until I get some more of this colored in here if it's actually going to have a look that at least is reminiscent of something I'm looking for. Now, if anybody happens to watch this, I'm not talking a lot. There is nobody in chat, and at the moment, so I'm just coloring more than I am talking. Now, this background may actually end up looking similar to what I'm hoping it will. It's starting to look pretty good. It gives me a different impression of this area as far as the time of day is concerned. Now, I don't know what the lag might be like for anybody who might watch because the lag has been increasing for me on my end here, at least on my laptop. I can somewhat monitor it, and I have seen it lagging a couple times. So the lag right now is about double what it was when I first started. And I honestly think that's all just in YouTube's rendering. I don't know. Maybe there's a when that's happening a lot. Maybe it's because there's a lot of people that are live streaming at the time, and YouTube servers have a hard time keeping up. That's the only thing I can think of. I think this is going to look pretty good. I might have should have put a little bit more of the yellow. I can go back and add a little bit of yellow. Archie, good morning. How are you? Hey, Eugene. Good to see you. How's everybody doing? All right, good, Eugene. I am attempting to put a different type of background in here that's a little bit different than the background on the outside of the trees. I'm just going to brighten this yellow right here a little bit. I want it to look like it's a sunshiny day back here. I think that's going to be okay. Well, thank you, Archie. I'm doing good. I was kind of under the weather a little bit because our temperatures got real cold again, and I was not prepared for that. Now, I do want to see here. I may need to blend this down just a little bit more. Well, not really blend it down, but maybe try to blur it out just a little bit more. I don't really know if I'm going to be able to accomplish that. Yeah, it's chilly here too. I'm not sure what our outside temperature is, but it's not warm enough that I would want to be out there for any particular reason at the moment. I am going to be going out later, going up to a reservoir. Maybe I'll see something I can use my new camera for up there. Let's see, I want to move this over here just a little bit. I can't see it on camera very well. Well, a Bigfoot would be pretty cool. And here's the funny thing. Now, you never heard any Bigfoot talk or anything like that in the area where I live when I lived here before. But then after I moved to Hawaii and then I moved back, there's all kinds of people talking about they actually ruined, in my opinion, one of the scenic like sightseeing place to go here. They ruined it by putting up big Bigfoot signs and stuff like that, trying to make it a tourist attraction. Because there had never been anything about Bigfoot in this area. Now there is. Well, good morning, Brittany. How are you? I'm working on a background inside of a background here. Not, I'm not sure how well it's looking. I would actually have to see it myself, Brittany. I agree with that. I just wish they had not like decided they wanted to try to. I guess it was the county. I don't know who would do that, other than I guess the planning committee or something for the county. Good morning, Monty. Got all A's? Brittany, that's awesome. Wow. Smart child. Wow, that's pretty awesome. What's his name again? Is that Luke? Eventually, I may remember. Yes, Luke. That's what I was thinking. I got it right. Well, congratulations, Luke. That's awesome. Oh, good. Now, I think that really takes care of all I need as far as a background up above this bed. Now I'm going to do the background below. Oh, that would be awesome. Now, what grade is he going to be in next year? Seventh grade. All right. Well, I may end up having to turn my book. I'm going to have to turn my book around, guys, because I can't reach this side. Well, that might be a very good thing for him to get into. Spelling bees. Well, thank you, Brittany. Now, I do wish I could color better without having to turn the page so much. Maybe one day, but I'm not so convinced of that. Now, I've got to be able to add a blur on this, and I need to get my fan going. Well, good morning, Stacy. How are you? How's your morning going, Stacy? Oh, okay. What time is Aaron's appointment? He'll be there by 3:30. Okay. And your appointment is at Texas Children's Hospital. Is that where it's at? Yeah, okay. That's what I was thinking. So, guys, my grandson may or may not have to have surgery maybe this summer. He will eventually have to have surgery, but we're not sure when. So, he'll be meeting with the surgeon today. Just had imaging and all that stuff done. So, they'll be meeting with like I guess in one sense, it could be like a final consultation with the surgeon. He may decide to put things off for a while. I actually cannot tell you the technical term, but his sternum is pressing against his heart. So they're taking a look at that and going to determine whether surgery is needed at this point in time or if they might want to wait. Oh, brain surgery. I had a girlfriend in high school who had brain surgery. Anyway, there's the name of the condition. I did not know the medical term for it. Yeah, we'll know sometime this afternoon uh, whether surgery will be within the next few months or whether it'll be put off for a while. We'll see what happens. And my grandson, at the beginning of this school year, began playing a trombone. So I'm looking forward to hearing him play that trombone at least once. Your son is in choir. That's cool. I sang in the choir. Well, I hope you encourage him to sing. I used to like to sing. I still like to sing, but because I was never encouraged to sing, I did not have like a real like a angelic singing voice when I was a kid. I still don't, but the point is I was not encouraged to sing unless I could sing in key and everything was perfect. So I just quit singing in public. But I like to sing. Yeah, for those of you who believe in the power of prayer, do keep my grandson in prayer and the family. And Stacy, you can decide whether you want to put his name in chat or not. That's up to you. Let's see. I think I need to bring this blue under here as well. I actually was not going to, but I think I should. So, Monty, how many more days until Artemis 2 returns? 4 more. Okay. All right, baby girl. I love you too. I'll talk to you later. Now, I'm hoping by bringing this, the blue from the darker blue from out here to the inside of that tree helps it stand out better. Thank you, Brittany. I'll zoom out here in just a minute so you can see the whole picture. Let me get this edge done. I'll have to come back after I get the rest of the background done and touch this up just a little bit. Because I just want it to look a little bit blurry on the edges. So hopefully that's what we'll end up with. Now I will zoom out so we can see the entirety of the picture for a second. That's looking pretty good. Okay, Brittany. God bless you. And again, congratulations to Luke. Let's see, I need to figure out. Maybe about like right in here. Now I kind of have this a little bit out of order because I'm doing the background before I do all the objects in the front. Normally I don't do it that way. I think most people do the backgrounds last. I didn't do any coloring on this over the last day or so, not off camera. I was going to do a little bit. I just did not feel too good, so. I should be able to finish this picture on Friday. That's my plan. I think that's what's going to happen. Oh, I forgot to zoom back in. It's a very light blue. It's going to be kind of hard to see on the paper. Might be hard to see on camera. It's a very light blue, Bondi blue. And hopefully it's going to look like there's two different realities. We're going to have two different backgrounds. Let's see. I want to find a green, just a real pale green to kind of put just on the very back here. Here, maybe we'll use this one. Because there's not going to be but just a touch of green right here at the bottom. Monty, did your temperatures up north drop down cold again? We had got up like in the 70s, and then all of a sudden it's in the 30s again. Yeah, we dropped right down, almost freezing, just above freezing. Made me sick. I'm feeling better now, though. Spent the last couple of days just stayed inside and kept my heat on. We're supposed to be warming back up. I think getting back up in the 70s by this weekend, I think. Maybe by the end of the weekend. I have been looking into figuring out how I can have a mobile hotspot so I can actually do live streams using my new camera, but I do not have a cell service on my phone. I just have a Wi-Fi. So it only works with Wi-Fi. So I need a Wi-Fi hotspot. So I think that's something I'm going to look into by the end of summer. Welcome back, Brittany. Now I'll probably have to come back and touch up some of this paler blue after I get the objects colored. There might be a little bit of a gap. I typically would color the objects before I colored the background, but in this case, I actually wanted to do that opposite. Well, I didn't want to do it opposite, but it worked out that way, so I'm okay with doing it that way. I should say that. It's not that I wanted to do it opposite, it just turned out that that's the way it is. Oh, I thought I had all the light part done, but I still got this section over here. Now we can come back with the darker glue and kind of blend the edges in just a little bit more. For the most part, it's not too bad, but I do see a few places in here that I kind of want to just come over it like this right here. And this is very light. I'm just barely touching the paper with this. I'm just wanting to blend the edge. I don't want it to be overly dark. I just want it to soften down the edge where it blends into the lighter blue. That's not too bad. I think that's okay. Now I bottom down here. Let's see what I'm going to do on the bottom. think I might use the same greens that I used on the tree leaves and just bring that down. Same colors down to the bottom. Pull that light green down just a little bit farther away from the edge, because I don't really know how far I'm going to want that to pull down. So we'll just add some in here. It's not going to hurt anything. We can come back over it with the dark. I'm not sure how much of this is going to be our lighter color here, but we'll expand it down. Trying to get an idea here where color is going to go. I'm not real sure exactly. Maybe we're coming here with this like this. That's probably not too bad right there. Let's see, maybe I'll come out just a little bit more if I can. A little bit closer to the edge with this next darker shade right here. A little bit. Angela, let me zoom out so you can actually see the whole picture here. I'm actually just learning depth and dimension, stuff like that. So I'm just learning how to do that kind of stuff. It's very hard to zoom on this camera and kind of get things where I want it because my the easel being on an angle away from the camera. Now I just put in a little bit of a light colored background in here. So now I'm just trying to figure out some of how this grass is going to go down here. Now I normally would do the background. I'm going to zoom back in. I've got to figure out a little bit how I want to make this grass uh, difficult to do when there's no line. So I'm just going to see what I can do here. I'm not an artist, guys, so doing this is very difficult. Now, Angela, I don't really know anything about creating depth and dimension other than using like a dark color just to outline a little indication of shadow. And like I said, I'm just learning how to do that kind of stuff too. Hello, Amy. How are you? Oh, yes, me too. I'm kind of just making up my own thing right here now because I want this to look, I, I want the base of this tree to be covered a little bit. So I'm just kind of adding my own, and we'll hope for the best because I don't know how well it'll turn out. Amy, where are you guys at now? Still in Florida? Georgia, Florida line. All right. I do think I'll use my blending pencil. I got my book hanging way off the edge over here. Now, I think I'm going to like that better than just having a little hill of grass right here, or dirt, or whatever it happens to be in other people's pictures. Now I'm going to do the same thing that I did right here. I'm going to do that across here also. So I think I'm going to come in about right here and put in some of the brighter green. That'll show us where that grass line is going to go to, right here at the bottom of this mushroom. And then we're going to come across and we'll come across like this, something like on the other picture, come up kind of high, a little bit high, something similar to that. Now, there are times when I do wish I had a car so I could get out and I could actually travel some for the purpose of like making YouTube videos, that kind of thing. I haven't really done any kind of traveling other than like a airline going back and forth to Texas. Really in the past 20 years because I stopped driving a truck in 2005. Doing stuff like this on pages always makes me nervous because I don't know how it's going to work out. And adding my own stuff. There's no line work here for the grass, but I really think there needs to be some grass. This tree doesn't have any roots per se. So I am attempting just to give it some kind of texture down here, something to sit on. Sherry had somewhere she had to go. She had to be out driving on the interstate and have snow forecast for today. So she decided she wanted to get out early and get back home. So she emailed me. She will not be here today unless maybe she shows up towards the end. I don't really know how long it was going to take her to do what she had to do, but she did tell me that she would not be here today. Thank you, Angela. Let's see if I can blend this together a little bit now. Now, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of making it up as I go along. I probably asked you this before, Angela, but how long have you been coloring, the adult coloring? Okay, Amy, God bless you. Thank you so much for coming by and saying hello. I hope you have a great day. Safe travels. Now, see, I think that helped. We get all now the trees actually stand out better, I think. Let me, I need to zoom back out now just so I can see what that looks like now that I got that completely covered. Oh, yeah, I like that. So now all we have left is just these lower objects. Let me see. Let me zoom in just a little bit, and then we will. Let me see here. Zoom in just a little bit more. Maybe about like that for right now. Well, good morning, Dee Dee. How are you? So let me zoom back out for a second. That's what I tried to do. You can hear my voice is still a little bit rough. I think once I get like all these objects colored in and everything, the trees are going to look pretty good. I'm actually feeling not too bad. And yeah, my laptop's sitting over here lagging again. Anyway, I have been doing this, Angela, for about a year and a half now. So I decided like my second whole year is going to be focused on learning how to get dimension and texture and stuff like that. I think my bed turned out looking pretty good. I'm learning how to use shading to bring dimension and depth. So I've got most of it. Most of it looks pretty good. Now, Dee Dee, I've got your live stream on my TV, and I like the way that on yours you're able to get uh, chat. Well, thank you, Dee Dee. And I did color the trees the white. I did color them. I did not just leave uh, blank paper. I have not colored the bottom on this side yet because I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with it. Get all the colors stuff colored in. I have seen other people that have their chat show up on the, I don't know how to do it, but that actually shows up on the screen, uh, different than what YouTube is, or at least here on my end, because I can see their chat on my TV, and mine does not show up that way if you're not actually in chat. I don't think you can actually see the chat on my live streams. You just see the image. So that is pretty cool. At least other people can relate to what we're talking about because they actually can see the chat. Yeah, I do think with a PC you have an option. Okay, I want to see about using, I think I was going to use this right here. I think that's why I put these over here, actually. Now, I want to do this outside border before I start on these the objects because I got to have something to do Friday too. Let's see here. See if I can start right up here. Add kind of a gold colored frame to this. Yeah, no, I don't even think you can do that on YouTube at all. And there is no way I would be able to get my chat to actually show up. Well, I mean, I suppose I could if I had my camera at a much different angle, but I don't worry too much about playbacks. Nobody watches my live streams after they've been posted, more than maybe a couple of views. It's not like there's tons of people watching mine afterwards. Otherwise, yeah, that would be kind of, it would be nice for people to see chat. No, Angela, the only thing I've colored white is the trees. I did color the trees white. The rest of the paper I did not, just the trees. Now, I did not use eye drops this morning. I have been, and I can certainly tell I did not. All of a sudden, my eyes got watery and my vision went blurry. I have not been having that issue. I forgot to put my eye drops in this morning. Well, basing, yeah. So I wouldn't have thought of that word either. Okay, Dee Dee, I gotta flip my book here, guys, because I've got so much of it hanging off the edge of my easel. The weight is getting hard to hold up here. Now we'll see if we can't put just a suggestion of a shadow color. Probably needs a little bit darker color than what I'm actually using. It's not showing up very good, but maybe it'll be good enough. Just a suggestion of shadow. I'm looking for a color, maybe, let's see. actually need something that's a little bit darker, I think. Let me see. I'm going to see what this darker color looks like. Touch just a little bit here. My eyes are so blurry, I can't see what that looks like. Oh, I did not know that either, Angela. I don't know if I'm even going to be able to color anymore. I think I'm going to have to stop and use my eye drops to get my eyes cleared off. Now that I got them used to eye drops, I can't hardly get them cleared up enough to where I can see. I'll have to come back over this part when my vision's better because I can't see. Welcome back, Dee Dee. I'll have to wait until my vision clears up some before I can do the put the shading on this part. I can't see good enough. Man, just all of a sudden I can't see. Well, I did just see if I can. I didn't put eye drops in because that'll take a while. I did try to dry my eyes. Now, Sherry recommended some eye drops to me that her eye doctor had recommended to her. Oh, okay, Angela. Well, God bless you. Thank you for coming. Oh, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to, I am going to see if I can't get this frame colored in right here, though. May not get all of it, but this side. Well, it sure seems like they've been helping me, except for like now, because I forgot to do them this morning, and my eyes are worse than what they normally would have been. Now, most of the time when I'm coloring, I will actually get blurry vision because my eyes will get watery, but I can blink and I can usually find a spot where I can kind of like see, but I'm having a real hard time being able to do that now. I can't get it to clear up. Normally, I can get my vision to clear, I often think that my vision problems are related to having glasses with plastic lenses instead of glass lenses. And I still think that's part of it. I always feel like my glasses have like a thin coating of oil on them because the eyelashes have oil and the eyelashes will touch the inside of glasses. So I always feel like that's like I'm looking through this film. It could just be my eyes, but I don't know. It does make it hard to color when you can't see. I always kind of hope that I'm coloring inside the lines and that it's not just my vision that makes me think I'm coloring inside the lines. I didn't mention this the other night. I forgot to mention it, but one of the modders for one of the mods that I use for Farming Simulator left me a comment. That was pretty cool. I think I'm going to have to do that too, Dee Dee. I can't remember when I got these. I know I got these at Lens Crafters. And I know I got them during the COVID shutdown stuff because that's when I had my eyes checked. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Now, I don't think I'll attempt adding a shadow to that yet. I may come back later when I can see better and see what I can do. Oh, well, that's really cool, Dee Dee. Oh, I got to mark off my calendar. Well, Sherry sent me a copy of her buddy color that she was doing with you, Dee Dee. It looks pretty cool. The steampunk type one, the gear guy. I guess he was a robot. I guess. Let's see here. Now, the top of the screen on my laptop is always a little bit different than on my camera because I have to scroll. So even though the picture looks like I have the entire picture on camera, when I'm looking at the camera screen, when I look at my laptop screen, I don't have the whole picture because I have to scroll down on my screen to where I can do chat and stuff. But I'm going to leave my picture sit like this. Okay, you're going to be working on it on Friday. Okay. I was hoping I would catch some of that. That's actually why I have your live stream on my TV right now. I was hoping I would catch some of that one. But awesome Friday. That'll be real cool. But I'm going to leave my page sit like this, guys. Now, I may finish off camera. I don't know if I will or not. If I do, then we'll start something else on Friday. I'll work on a mandala or something like that. I don't know what I'm going to do next. But for right now, this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. I'm feeling better, but I don't want to overdo it. Well, I am looking forward to that because I want to see what you're doing on here too. Now, my picture here has two different realities. You've heard of the expression of like, you may have heard like, so and so must have got up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. That's kind of what this picture represents to me. Thank you, Dee Dee. We'll do Farming Simulator tonight. And we'll color again on Monday, guys. Make sure you check out Dee Dee's live streams if you're not already on her channel. And guys, we'll do it again Friday. Thanks for coming, everybody. Until then, God bless.